Right.
Hey.
Hey, and we're live. Welcome,
Hey.
everybody, and thanks for coming in. Mary Paige and Dee Dee have been saying hello to everybody in the chat, Ed, so I'm not going to go back and be redundant, but our special guest tonight is this young lady. I can't get my hand that way, over here. Wow. Okay. Virtual hug. And that's
It's like
Mary
Hollywood
Paige.
Squares. I just love that show.
I started calling her the queen of the FishFam because if anybody is, she's just awesome and she's so good natured and has such a history and so much to share with all of us. So if you have her on your string, you're getting a real blessing. I'll tell you that. She's just awesome. She's
Mary
awesome.
Paige is special.
She is special. And then Ed's hiding behind the FishFam logo because he didn't send me the logo still to put up there, the real one. So I'm just using a picture of the stickers. So
I love
he likes to hide back there. I know it shows what it is, but I want the logo so I can really put it up there. And there's the Dee Dee down there, and talk about queens of the FishFam.
I love her.
Yeah, she's like in the Queen's Court. She's right there.
Yes, she is.
Right there. She's awesome.
I'm the old broad.
No,
Old
you're
broad.
not. Oh gosh, so many people are coming in now. Now I can't get all the hellos in. Hello.
Say hello
There
to
comes
everybody I didn't guess.
Skull and Craig and Dee Dee,
Yeah.
of course, Park and
We've got an awesome chat.
Dad, Christopher,
here.
Crown Tail Half Moon, Danoski.
Lori's posting the link to Mary Paige Flynn. And I don't know if we got the links or not, but there's a link. I think Foxy started raising money and trying to help Mary Paige. They have to move. She lives in a camper, and they just need some help to get that moved.
And I want to thank FishFam. Y'all have really just the blessings are unbelievable. I've got enough to get started. Sorry, excuse me. Where I'm working at a little country store, the guy has agreed to let me move like next door to it, and that's going to save me on gas, and maybe I can finally afford to do some more than just a little nano tank. I'm going to sweet talk him into letting me put a big aquarium in his store. I think it'll be great.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Here's Roxanne.
I want to stay humble on here, but you see what Crown Tail Halfman said. Bob, you're all
Yeah.
Crown Tail.
Touch my heart. Anyway,
So sweet. We don't know.
If we have those links or can get them, let's please post them. And I saw Foxy in here.
Yeah, she's got them.
Okay, Foxy.
I just posted Mary Paige that fundraiser too.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Dee Dee. That's right, Dee Dee. I should have known. Dee Dee's got it too.
Once the mods get them, then you've got them. And Dee Dee is a mod. So
All right.
Yeah, I no more of that lollygag, and I get by so long, and he didn't realize I weren't a mod. It's like, all I got to do is sit up here and rub my mouth. And then he's like, hey, work on me.
And sorry for the detour, Pam, but we've got this sweet little old lady over here. Also, some of you may know her, Punchy Paints, Pam. She's sketchy on here. Sweet little thing.
Oh my gosh.
As sweet as a sugar cookie.
Right?
What?
You guys are in so much trouble.
Artist.
She's so sweet, she got honey dripping off her chin.
Right.
Oh, I got blood dripping off my chin, see?
Oh my gosh.
Did that Pikachu get you?
You guys are in trouble.
Yeah, where's the Pikachu? It's dripping down.
Or something.
Man, if y'all haven't seen her artwork, I think a lot of people here know, but Pam is like a phenomenal artist, like beyond.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. I want some of your horse pictures so bad. It drives me crazy every time I see them. So maybe I'll have some walls to post them on now. Get moved.
Pam, do I have that cowboy one? The one with the hill in the background and the cowboy on the horse in the distance? I think I do.
That
I
is a
can't
beautiful.
remember. If I do, I'll send you that, Mary Paige.
Oh
If I
my
have it.
goodness. I would
Yep.
be honored.
Yep.
Absolutely honored.
It's in a drawer if I have it, so I need to get them up posted. But if somebody wants
Yeah.
something, I'm happy
Oh
to
my
share.
gosh. Her
Hey,
artwork, like I
Sandy.
can sketch and stuff, but I can't like paint like that. And it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And old Crafted up there, old Craft Ed, he's pretty
Right?
crafty himself. So
He's got a
Cindy,
bloody
also
Pikachu
smart.
I'm
Yeah, show
crafty.
us that
I'm not
Yeah.
Pikachu.
dead.
that he needs to show everybody.
Crafty.
I'm just crafty. I'm not arty. But it's a
So what
nightmare
happened to
Pikachu.
this? What happened to this guy?
Well, you know, Pikachu.
What's going on,
He
Pam?
was the last person that called me sweet.
Uh-oh.
Well, it looks like he may have won, Pam. But these Pokemon, the whole game is where they fight each other.
Right.
But nobody ever looks at them after the fight.
Well, there it is. Look at those eyes. Poor ear.
Damn,
Look at that.
You're off.
Oh, there's Petroman. I haven't seen Petroman in a while.
Yeah, he's been on vacation this past week.
All right.
Take him down. He's like, take him down.
Take it down.
And here's
I feel like
Ed.
I'm. Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, that's a good one.
What you got, Dee Dee? That looked nice. Hold on, let me blow you up. Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Well, I won't blow you up. I'm so slow. It's all right.
Well, it's not late enough to go on with the rest of that joke.
Mike.
That was Mike
I still don't have mics.
Aquatics.
It's awesome. You can put hot stuff in here and it'll stay hot forever.
So, right?
They don't
Oh,
mess
that's
around.
sweet. Yeah,
Mike doesn't.
they don't mess around.
Mike's
Oh.
from Kansas.
Well, we don't have. Sorry, we
No,
don't have any planned agenda except to have some fun and share some information and just hang out for an hour. So,
Yeah, because see, I'm in Kentucky, so technically I'm close enough to be part of the Tennessee Fish Mafia. I've decided.
Oh,
well,
If
welcome
y'all,
to
if y'all would have
welcome,
me.
welcome to the Tennessee Fish Mafia.
Yeah.
If you don't have a name, you have a
It
name.
would probably take me about 2 hours to get there if I could just get on the road one day and
Oh,
and
that's
hit it.
close. That's
And I'm
like
still
us going
trying.
to Knoxville.
Yeah. And are any of y'all come to Louisville for the Triple Crown?
I plan on it. I still haven't made reservations or bought my tickets, which I really should.
Yeah.
I got
I'm
reservations
hoping-
for the wrong day, and then I messed up and never kept going.
Hey,
We
Jenny.
can
I'm
call
hoping to.
Mary Page's name could be Sweetness.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Well-
technically, it should be something about fish and something
Yeah.
that ties to the mafia, like Ed is Megalodon.
Right.
He was kind enough to give me Codfather.
I love that. The Codfather. That's the best.
No, I think he should be Codfather, but so far I hadn't been able to get him to take it back.
Well,
He's
I
our-
don't
he
think
founded
BD
the
guns
whole
has anything to do with fish.
Yeah,
It's all about my muscles.
right?
Right. It's like, hey, call the vet. These puppies are sick. See?
Yeah. Idiot or guns.
Hey,
Yeah,
Grant,
deep gun. Jeannie Lynn, Christopher. That's what part of a stream is, though, is getting to say everybody's name, saying hey to everybody. Kind of makes you feel like you're a movie star when you hear your name called out.
right?
Sandy.
I don't need that since I'm already all the whatever FishFam queens. I don't need
You
that.
are. Y'all are my movie stars. I say that every time I'm on the stream, but you are, because that's what. And people have heard this story a million times, and I guess it's still worth telling because new people come in. But I kind of represent that well, not new person, but the person who watches videos to learn. You know, like I watch everybody's channels. I want to see your setups. I want to learn about your fish because I haven't had the opportunity to really set up big tanks yet. I've got little nano tanks in my little nano nook, and I keep bettas because that's one of the reasons I keep bettas because they're they're kind of simple for one thing, and they've got the best personalities. And if something happens, you got to move around or do something. They're easy to transport with you. So I wanted fish again so bad, and I haven't been settled in a couple of years, and so I got my first betta, and that started the love. I came to YouTube. I had one of those little bowls, with a betta in it, and I started watching different channels and
I remember
learning about
that.
planted tanks and yes, all that good stuff.
I
But have you
remember
seen the
that.
I love
commercial,
this.
Mary
Why are
Page,
you
about
always yelling?
the little boy that his daddy finally books the hotel room and they go on their trip and he's got his betta in the bowl. And it's in like
Yeah,
an aquatic place where he shows the betta to the fish in the big aquarium.
yeah.
Okay,
Took the
Oh,
fish
that
on
would
the
be
trip too.
good.
okay. I just came
That
up
is
with a
just
mafia name for you if you like.
Awesome.
okay.
KFC, Kentucky Fish Chick.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, that was good, Ed. That was so good. Kentucky
I
fish
love
chip,
that.
but I love Kentucky Fried Chicken too.
Yeah, well, me too. They're building
I think
one.
I
I
had
can't wait till it's done in my town.
Right.
I had that today.
That's awesome. Love it. Love it.
Oh, I
What
lost it.
what
Leftovers.
he talked about coming on and starting to watching channels and stuff. So what are you doing now on YouTube, and where can we see you? And
Well, I've got a small channel, and my channel focuses mainly on like just opening up conversation about the people who we keep fish with, our other friends who, because we've got a lot of incredible people that know their business when it comes to fish and breeding and planted tanks. There's so many. I mean, we've got scientists, we've got we've got everybody out there. But what's cool is, we can all talk to each other and it's like having a neighbor. You can stop by their house and have a cup of coffee and let me show you my tanks and I'll show you your tanks. And if I've got something going on, I can say, my fish, like I had a little situation with my betta fish and I just get on there and people are like, do this and do that. And then the comments, I think the commenters are just as important as the videos. Like you watch a video, but if you go through and you read all the comments, you're going to
right,
learn so much stuff.
right.
And it's just amazing. Oh, a double spawn. Cool, Craig. I mean, it doesn't get any better. And I think during the pandemic, I think it gave us a unique opportunity to all kind of get together. Everybody
Mhm.
was held up in their homes, and I don't know, the magic began there for a lot of people. It did for me because I was by
That's where it
myself.
started for me.
Yeah, and it brought us all together. And gosh, just getting to talk to some of y'all, like I look at everybody up here, Ed, Bob, Pam, Dee Dee, you guys are amazing. Like I've been following. Now, be honest with you, Bob probably gave me my first break with fish because I would
Don't
come on
blame
his
me.
live stream. I came on his live stream and I won a gift card. Like the very first time I'd ever won anything in my life, I won a gift card. And I got to shop at the Aquarium Co-op, and I was like, wow, and that was the first thing I'd ever got. And I got like sponge filters and different things, and it was in plants and stuff. And that was like the most amazing gift ever. And then through these months and the past 2 years of being here, so many people have reached out and helped me continue to grow because I never imagined the support that there is out here for each and every person. It's not just me. If you need anything, just reach out, because I'm not saying just for anything, but I'm saying if you're going through something, don't be afraid to talk to each other, because most people that are here, they've gone through something themselves. And
Right.
there's a lot of wisdom, a lot of love, a lot of, I get speechless sometimes. See, that's what I'm doing. I'm starting to choke up. So hold on.
Well, if you live long enough, you will go through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it amazes me how many people, and I talk about recovery and addiction a lot because I went through that. So like the past couple decades of my life, I haven't been like mentally, I've been gone. Like I was somewhere else. So it's hard for me to kind of remember dates and times and get it in chronological order and stuff. I remember events and things, and I'm trying to get better at telling my story and trying to incorporate more of what the hobby helps me with as far as anxiety and depression. And like, even on my worst days, if I can put on a smile and just, I hate to say fake it till you make it, but you know, just put on that smile and be positive. And when I started commenting and stuff, I said, I told myself, I'll never put anything negative out there. I just won't, because there's a lot of trolls. There's a lot of ugliness. There's people that just pick on people unmercifully, and that's their job. I guess that's what they get off on in life. And I think it's horrible. And, there's enough of that in the world. We need to just support each other and help each other and be proud of what somebody else is doing. Like, you know, you see my tank and you just, well, you didn't do that good enough, or, you know, I don't like your substrate. Well, I look at everybody's and I'm like, that's really cool. You know, what can I learn from this person? Or what can I learn from that person? So that I keep a real non-judgmental. Like I can see something working for one person. If that works for one person, may not work for the other. That's the beauty of it. It's
Right.
yeah. So
And
I
you
get
see,
carried away with that.
Mike is blabbing there now and getting me into more trouble. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Push me out of my right. That's what happened to me. Like I was commenting and watching live streams, and the first video I made was hard. I mean, I look like I don't know what, but I'm just showing off what I got with my aquarium co-op gift card. But it was so terrifying to make a video, you know, like I was so scared. And then one day I just like picked up the camera and acted like I was just talking to you and just talked to it, you know, and just was like, I think it was oh gosh, I was like in a tank top and my room was a mess, and I just like panned around the room and I was like, if you think you've got a mess going on in your life, join me, you know.
Right. Look at this.
Yeah, and look at this. And I didn't have no makeup on, my hair was pulled back, and it was a disaster. And I posted it. I took that video down 3 times. Like I took it down and reposted because I was scared to death. I didn't want people to see me. You know, in comments you can hide, you know.
Yes.
Everyone. Oh, Jenny Lynn.
Grandma.
Yay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hey, Chillhead. That is awesome. Oh my goodness. See, I get, and I'm like that dog in the movie where it says squirrel. I go, you know, all over the place. Yeah, that's me. That's why I'm like, why do people want to watch me? Maybe it makes them feel better about themselves.
Well, at least you find your way back. I get lost 90%.
If I can do it, you can do it.
You know, Mary, with you watching so many people, you know, and the fact you have more than one tank. Now you may have one set up, and now you say something the way Bob has set it up. You can try it on the next tank. You don't have to do it in all of them. And then the next time you may say, "Oh, so and so's doing bare bottom. Let me try that and do bare bottom."
Hey, Chillhead.
Just do something from everybody.
Did you ever tell us where we can see you now, Mary Paige?
She froze.
Oh, she sure did. And
She
That was
froze.
the best frozen face ever.
Yeah.
If I get a frozen face, I'm like, art. Unbelievable. I wish I could be that lucky.
Yeah.
Smile. She's just radiant. She's so happy.
Yeah, usually you have one eye half shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got them both shut, don't she? I'll watch for her. You may have to go out and come back. I don't know.
Who's she back?
Now she's moving again.
Am I back?
You're back.
Am I here?
Yeah.
You're back.
Okay.
Ed made me blow you up so
And that's
everybody could see you frozen.
Like I've got the worst. It's almost embarrassing, really, for me to stream right now because my internet's so bad. I know people get tired of seeing pixelated and frozen faces and stuff like that. So that's what I'm hoping that this new.
It's been fun.
I own it now. Like I own it. But that would have embarrassed me so bad. Like I would have died if something like that happened. And now I just like roll with it. It's I've got to enter Lucille Ball or Betty White in me or something.
It's funny.
Well, Mary,
So-
I have a question about your move.
Okay.
Now, since you're going to be moving your home, are you going to, of course, probably drain the tanks down some, but will you be putting like the tanks on the floor and taking them right in that thing? Or are you going to be moving them separate, or what do you plan on doing?
That's what I was thinking about. And I think what I'm going to do is because, of course, in a camper, I don't have furniture per se. You know, it's built in. I've got a table and a couch and a bed and everything. But my rack, my aquarium rack, of course, is freestanding. But I think that I'm just going to drain them all down and set them in the floor, you know, because it'd be kind of like just hauling a trailer behind me. So, but this is it's a big camper. It's old. It's a 32-foot Winnebago. And it's from, gosh, it's an older one. Like it's from the early, maybe 2000s, maybe
Those
like
are
2000.
nice.
It's a nice. Well, I mean, you can see like the cabinet stuff. It's kind of
Yeah.
old school. I like it. It's got the old oak cabinets. It's got an oak
Yeah, from the
refrigerator. I
90s,
think,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh my God,
it's
I'm
a
getting
it's a
old
late
because I think
90s.
anything above 2000 is new.
Yeah, me too. So that's hard for me to say, but I can't remember what size it is. But I've been thinking, and I've got all my cats. I'm worried about my animals because I'm going to be near a highway, and there's like a lot of feral cats and animals running around out there. So I guess I'm going to have to build some type of run system. You know, I'm thinking about like, what if I put a fence up around the bottom of the camper, like like the underpinning, and add a run around it, and they can go under the camper and around it, and then maybe put some container flowers around. I don't know. I've not been set up long enough or really had the finances to get fancy with it. I'm just basically pulled in here
Well,
and living in it.
You need to
You can
give her
build a
your cat
catio.
house, Bob.
Yeah.
Catio
What?
type
She
thing.
needs your cat. She
Yeah.
needs your cat house.
Yeah,
Bob,
Yeah.
maybe with
three-story
this
cat house.
fundraiser. Yeah, they sell those like at Lowe's and Home Depot, and you can order them
I
and just
saw
put them right together. Maybe
the
you'll
cat
get
run.
enough with this fundraiser. That would be awesome.
That's why since we've been here 6 months. When we were living in Virginia with my daughter, I mean, she was in the Navy, so we were settled, we were everything. And then, of course, we lost the grandbaby when I first came in. And then she got pregnant again, and we've got a beautiful little grandbaby girl now. But Callie wanted to get out of the Navy. You know, she had 4 kids, and she was kind of done with doing that. So just kind of out of the blue, she decided to get out of the Navy, and we moved here. And our plan was to get a farm and, have a place for all of us to live. But the housing market's been so bad, and she's got a VA loan, I guess, that she wants to try to use, but she hasn't been able to find anything. So it's not just me. Like, she's stuffed in a house with her cousin and her 4 kids and husband. So, hey, Skipper. So we're both like kind of floating right now. And I was living in the trailer with my daughter and her husband and 3 kids. And I felt like that was too many people, with everybody in there. And they had just gotten custody of my son-in-law's oldest daughter. And that was a lot of people in there. So we got this big harebrained idea. We'd get a camper and just park it back here and try to do it that way. But we've never hooked up the gas or the water. I've got a well right outside, so I just haul water, and we cook supper together. So I've never hooked up the gas, so I'm kind of scared a little bit. Like, what if I get this thing moved and nothing works? That's what I'm really afraid of. Like, am I going to be able to take a shower? What's going to happen? Am I going to have to find a creek to jump in? I don't know. Or stick my head in an aquarium? I don't know. I have to have water. This is important.
Yeah.
Well, I bet that fish water will be good for your hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And if
know
you
it
use
will.
a creek for bathing, you could look for darters at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time.
And see,
Shiners.
now, eventually, we're keeping our fingers crossed, but one of the things that's happened is we live on 40 acres is back here behind us, and it's just been bought. So it's kind of like we're like sitting in my daughter's yard. They don't have a backyard because the camper is taking up the whole backyard. And this guy has bought this, and he has been talking to my husband that he may possibly sell us a small strip so we can put up something permanent. Because I would live in this thing forever. I'd build me a porch on it and landscape around it, and I'd be happy. It's perfect for just a old retired couple. You know, I've already had a big house at one time, and I had a big farm, and I just don't want to upkeep all that stuff anymore. My health's not the greatest as it used to be. And this has been kind of a relief in a way to scale down, you know. I do wish it was like a camper. We could just like hook up and go on the road, but we don't have that kind of money. But that would be fun just to go everywhere, just visit people and stop in at y'all's house and camp it like the Griswolds. What was his name? The brother-in-law that would pull in.
I know his name was Eddie, but I don't remember
Yeah,
his last name.
I don't remember.
Cousin Eddie.
Cousin
We'd be
Eddie.
like Cousin Eddie with our black water pouring it out in people's yard. No, I'm kidding. But
That's fun.
it's just, you know, it's been stressful, and I've worked so many years to get back on my feet, and I've never had we've been, you know, struggling month to month like everybody does. It's been a struggle. And the way we kind of got started was when we got those what was it? We got the stimulus checks. That was the first money I had. That was the very first. Now, of course, we're paying for it now, but when we got that, that was like a miracle for me. That's how I kind of got the little bit of stuff that I had. So everything I have is very precious to me. You know, like I want to take care of it, and I want to make it multiply, and I want to, you know, be able to share back with people. Let's see, I've lived in a trailer park a few years. Oh, yeah. Had the tanks in the annex. That's pretty cool, Craig. That's what I thought. If I could park this camper and get one of those little sheds, I'd make me a little fish shed out back.
Well, like Stephanie has. That's nice.
Here's
Hey,
Skipper.
welcome, Skipper.
Yeah,
Welcome.
there's my buddy.
The hitman is in the house.
The hitman.
How are you
And look,
doing?
He must have been hitting something because he's in camouflage right now.
Uh-oh. I don't see him. Shh. Look, he blends in with that planted tank behind him.
Yeah, the light shut off, so I can't.
I had to squint to see who it was.
Yeah, I was doing that. I was doing
Yeah.
that too.
I'm like, no. Who are you?
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, you're fine. I'm glad you're here. And see, I just get nervous. I don't know. I'm always trying to run away. I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I'm always like, I'm squirmy. I'm like, oh no.
No,
And I need
you're good.
Can I have some water, please? I can't believe, though, all this time that I've done this, I'm still as nervous as I am, because I need to get focused on like something. I need to find something that I want to specialize in. Right now, what I've kind of specialized in is just the actual tanks themselves, like learning a substrate system and growing plants. And that's been kind of like, because before when I kept fish, I just had every kind of fish in the world in every kind of tank you could think of, you know, fruity pebble gravel and everything. And I had 55s and 75s, and I had tanks everywhere back in the day. And I just went to the store and I picked out whatever was pretty, because I was a dog groomer, and I would groom, and they would say, yeah, take some fish home. So, you know, I did the barter system, but now I'm more interested in how do I keep fish alive for the rest of their life? You know, how do I create this underwater world that balances out and grows plants? And I tell you, planted tanks has been the coolest thing ever. And when somebody walks in, it shakes, the whole house shakes.
I love that you're so self-contained there. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about it. I mean, it's really a nice camp, and we just paid it off. Like, I've been working for the past, it took me 8 months, but we paid it off. So that's like a huge achievement for me. Like, I really paid something off. Like, I own it. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't have anywhere to put it, kind of, but I at least own it. So, but I think this is going to work out with my boss. I really do. I've only been working for him for 2 months, and I get gun shy. Like, the job has been really good for me, helping me get back around people physically. And it's a country store, so everybody that comes in, they know each other, and they hang out and trade pocket knives or chew tobacco, or something like that. And I think
love
that's
that.
fun.
I
Right,
love
Evelyn.
that.
I want to keep them alive forever. And I just like little things like healing my betta fish. I had this little thing the other day where my mystery snail, my betta fish, got out of the tank, and it devastated me. Like, I was devastated. I lost my mystery snail that Roxanne gave me. My fish ended up in the filter and got Popeye. And everybody that like comment videos, I just share what's going on. And everybody commented and said,
Uh-oh.
Oh no,
Thank you,
Bob.
Finn Wiggles.
Bob, fill in what she was gonna say. Finish.
Fill in the blank.
I don't know.
Everybody was giving her advice on Popeye.
Yeah, I think that's what she was getting ready to say.
Popeye is usually just water change. Some people try antibiotics, but it's really like 50% water change every day if it's a small tank, but every other day if it's a big tank. And the success rate with it is not that high, but if you're diligent, people do come through it. But some people like salt baths, just during the day, a salt bath for 30 minutes. So sometimes I've had success, but most of the time not. So be prepared for that.
I have had success once.
That's awesome. Here she comes.
Out of 3 times, once, and it was the last time, so I have gained more knowledge
You've mastered it.
over time. That don't mean it'll work next time, but
Uh-oh. Careful, Skipper. She scooted over
Actually,
by you.
I have been successful twice because I've got a betta that made it through it, and I have a blue acara that made it through it.
oh, I love them.
Well, you're being
He's still in
diligent.
the
then,
hospital.
Dee. You're being very diligent then, because that's what it takes. Is really not just saying, well, I've done this, but really doing it and being consistent.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We may have
but
to
only
change your
because
name.
people have shared with me.
Yeah,
Dee Dee. We may have to change your name to the Dee Dee Doctor.
right?
Dee Dee Dot.
Ed wants to play doctor now, do you?
Yeah.
What was your fish?
Doc,
Sit on your fish.
Doc Dee Dee. Yeah, Doc Dee Dee.
I like it.
Yeah, the Mafia always has their doctor, right?
Right. Should be
Wouldn't it be cool to have a fish vet everywhere?
Yes,
It would. I'm trying to find a vet to take my chameleon to. She's still egg bound and still hadn't passed her eggs.
Can you just
Uh,
squeeze
Oh,
it?
dead. But yeah, she's still alive and she'll drink water.
is there any information on YouTube that's helped you any with it, like with
Take them to
videos
the
and
vet.
stuff?
Every time, it's everything I researched is take them to the vet, take them to the vet, take them to the vet.
Yeah.
A lot of times the vet, puts them to sleep and, anesthetizes them and takes the
Right.
eggs out. Most of the time the eggs are not viable anymore, but sometimes they are. But it's also a big risk for the chameleon. So
Oh,
anyway, I didn't
yeah.
want to get off on reptiles. Let's get back to
Oh, that's okay. I love them. We love reptiles too. All animals are good.
Well, people aren't asking here, but they follow her, so that's just an update.
Yeah.
There's my video, guys. There's my video on her. So
All right.
we
Right,
were talking
keeps
about
right.
Popeye.
Yeah.
Mike keeps references my lizard porn that I put out today.
Lizard porn.
Lizard porn. Uh-oh. That's right. on time.
I love it. The best 2 shorts I've done lately was like rescuing a big, snapping turtle out of the middle of the road in a dress, and a little tree frog I found at the shop. But like I was sweeping and swept this little tree frog up, and I like to cry. I was like, oh, I hope I didn't hurt it. So I put some spooky music to it and released him. But the turtle was real cool. It was a big one, and I was excited about that. I like literally jumped out into traffic and was like, stop. You hit the turtle, you hit me. And people thought I was nuts. I was out there in a dress, just got out of church, going across the road with that big turtle.
You must have picked one up before, because they can reach around and grab you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they can.
Yep. Oh, yes. I know
They'll
you're not
twist
supposed.
right around.
Oh
I
yes, they
haven't
will.
ever done it.
You're not supposed to grab them like by their tail and like do it. But I mean, if it's about to get run over, do what you got to do. So I had to grab a
Wait.
hold. I was trying to get around its shell and I couldn't. It was so I had to like go underneath the shell and grab the base of the tail and support it and get it to the pond.
I had 2
Love 'em.
turtles in the yard Saturday. I guess they're probably box turtles.
Oh yeah, just like little eastern box turtles.
I love finding them whenever you're out in the woods and you just happen to come upon them because they're not like how they used to be, very heavily populated. Like you
Yeah.
can't,
Yeah,
you're not allowed to catch them and keep them. At least here in
right.
Pennsylvania.
We have
There it goes.
woods in the swamp behind us, so our property runs into that.
I used to have a little tortoise that would come around every year. I would see it 2, 3 times in one weather, but then the property below me sold and one down the street sold. So I guess that messed up its range or something. I hope it's all right, but it came around every year. I would see it.
Yeah, ours comes. I mean, ever since I've been here, it always pops up and comes to the back door.
I
That's
wonder
cool.
why it does that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Dee Dee feeds it something.
No, it's just
Right.
there.
it knows
Maybe
it's
that's
not
where the frogs
there.
are. They eat frogs, don't they? What do they eat?
I
The
like
frogs.
finding turtles. Whenever I go camping, I love finding a turtle because then I know I got a bowl for breakfast.
And
Uh,
Well, it makes good soup.
That's
on,
all.
Kind of stringy.
supper animal.
No.
something like that.
You're not eating everybody always wants to eat the turtles. They're like, "Oh, that's a good one. We would have ate that." And I'm like, "No, we're not."
Just think about it. If you get a snapper turtle, make soup out of it, you got a dinner plate. I'm just saying.
I don't believe
Toss
that.
your salad
He's
in there.
he's too
Or
close to
shield.
Taco Bell.
Or a shield for when you have like the
Yeah.
zombie apocalypse come or something.
Yeah.
Or that.
Oh,
That's what the
man.
turtle up, turtle up.
I never thought about just decking yourself out with turtle shells.
Yeah,
Be like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
right.
Hand
Oh my God.
shield.
We love. Hey, Minister Brandon. Nobody's hurting a turtle on my watch.
There you
Make
go.
Pam's turtle ears, like turtle shell ears.
Right.
Very
No.
thrilling to get run over to save one.
Oh yeah, but turtles are the reason why I love aquariums. Though that's what started it for me, was catching little baby turtles when I lived, like a little kid. I was the only child and didn't. I hate to say I didn't have any friends, but we lived. I just didn't know anybody, so I had little turtles. I had turtles and caterpillars and all kind of things.
And now it's cool to keep those things, right?
Oh yeah.
There's an
That's like
actual
what-
fish question. Sorry.
Okay. Looking for a good place. To buy my LED lights. I don't know about you guys, but and this is another thing I've been kind of, not to do this promoting or whatever, but I've always used Hydra products, and I've had an opportunity to get some Hydra products, to try out, because they went around kind of the FishFam and picked out different, picked out professionals, picked out everyday people, and for the price and the money, I really like the Hydra lights. They're a great product. Yeah.
Rob's had them for a while, and I've got a couple things.
Yeah.
Heaters.
The heaters, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Like the nano heaters, I've tried all kind of heaters that were like preset thermostat. They were already preset, and I've had a couple cooked fish. I've had some that just didn't work, and they scared me. But these new heaters I have, there's one in this one. You can kind of see the little light right there, but it has that the digital display. So it tells you the temperature, and even if you've got it turned down, you can see the temperature in your tanks. And it's got a safety shutoff feature. And that was like $18. Like I bought these, and I mean they're not very expensive.
I've got 2 of them, and I've been very
they're like,
happy with them.
oh yeah, they are great products. So I have the Hydra heaters and I have the Hydra lights. And then I got that Hydra aquarium, which I still haven't even had a chance to get it drained and moved to the shelf. So that's going to be an update coming up soon. that was kind of the weird aquarium, the Ark. And I was excited they picked me to try it out. So the aquascape turned out good, but I need to get it up on the shelf. And I got some new guppies from Dream Fish Keeping. Sent me some more Vienna guppies. So I have some from Carlos, Your Average Fish Keep, and then I've got some from Dream Fish Keeping. So, you know, their bloodlines have kind of got, you know, it's going to be nice to mix new blood together. I think it's going to be, I think it will improve the lines.
Can you
I
tell
think
I need to learn.
I think he's
Yes.
Kyle. I try
Actually,
to
I
learn everybody's name.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Kyle. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a significant difference in them, and I'm going to do part of that as video, where mine and his came. Well, let's see. I'm not sure if Carlos. I think his came directly from Aquarium Co-op, and I believe Kyle's came from Aquarium Co-op, like directly back when they had them selling them. But Carlos's are like shorter and kind of stockier, and their colors have more of a yellow in them because it's got a kind of that cobra leopard pattern in them or whatever. But Carlos, the females, the females on Carlos's are like plain guppies, just brown, you know, guppies. But the females from Kyle's have like a blue hue to them. And I've never, I mean, they almost have an iridescent blue to them. At first, I didn't think they were Vienna guppies until I saw the males in the bags with them. And the males have more of a blue, where he says he's been selectively breeding them. He's picked out more, they have like blue, yellow, red. They've all got all kind of colors in them. So he's worked on like bringing the blue out in them. So, and his are a little bit longer and like more, not slender, but like their dorsal fin, like one of them's dorsal fin's a little longer and flowier than the other one, you know, just little things like that. You can tell they've been selected, you know, for what these guys have been looking for. And I think it's going to be really cool to cross them and get some out to the fish fam. I want to.
And tell you've been hanging out with Jess too when you said flowier. Gotcha. Hey, on the not the zebra, the leopard ones, the first ones you described that were shorter bodied. Do they have a big tail? Do they have like a veil tail or a? What do they have?
They're just a round tail. They have the short round. Yeah. And the first time I had ever seen them was Corvus Oskin, or is it Oskin or Ocean? Joel. He had done a video a couple of years ago where he and Corey went to Austria to the World Champion Guppy show or whatever. And he saw them and fell in love with them because he liked the little tails on them. So I guess he couldn't bring them back himself, but somehow he must have sweet talked Corey into doing it or something, you know, but they ended up coming back to the States with them. And the ones from Carlos, his look almost identical to that video. I'll have to find that video, but it's on Joel's Corvus Oskin's channel, and it's I just put in Vienna Guppy and that video showed up. Then there's also Bishop Aquatics. I think it's Bishop. They have them too. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to start like concentrating on that particular guppy since it's unique. And they're smaller. They're like smaller like an Endler too. They're not big. They're not as small as an Endler, but they're in between. So, but neat little fish. The little males.
But, I feel sorry for the long, thin guppies. The long pedicle, and then they have a huge tail. And it breaks their back. So I feel bad. Right. Beautiful though.
I had some with like that, and they break down after a while. They start swimming, you know, their tail down, and it gets hard on them as they get older. But these are these little fish. It's kind of like a plaquette betta, you know. They just get around. They can deal better with flow and different things. They're just a more hardy fish, I think. So I've kind of traded in flowy stuff, and I like the shorter fin stuff now. And I lost my chat. I can't see what's going on.
It's a good thing because
Oh,
You were saying about the higher products. I was
Yeah.
reached to
all
also.
right.
I had bought the sponge filters that they have with the media in the bottom of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like them. Like they're
Yeah.
great, and I need to get more because I
Yeah.
like them better than the ones I have been using.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
only is it a sponge filter, but it keeps bio
Media in there.
media in there in
Yeah.
case in case something like if one of the sponge filters break or get ripped because say you got a fish in there and just does something to it. Well, it also
Yeah.
comes with extra sponges.
Right.
So whenever you go to replace it, you still have your biomedia in there with it.
Right. It
So you
has
don't
like those little bio balls in it, like those. Remember those fluid or something fluid filters where it was like this? It's like
they're little clay balls. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little clay balls in there. And
Yep.
Chris Stubbings just did a review on those because I just looked at them. He did a video on them. They sent him some of them, and they are neat little filters, like you said. And they give you 2 extra sponges. Did Mary take a breath yet? No.
No, Jimmy. We don't want her to.
Well,
Okay. All right.
I want to
just
put
try-
my 2 cents in for lights.
Fine, Mary Paige. I love you. You're great.
I love the aqua neats. I found out about them from Lucas, and he had them all over his fish room. I bet you I've bought about 35 of them, and they're all 3-foot ones. I just bought 2 4-foot ones. I've only had 1 break ever, and I think it just got way too wet because it fell into a tank.
Yeah.
But so I mean, they've been great, and the aqua neats I think are one of the cheapest ones out there. Now,
Yep.
I'm growing plants like crazy, but it's 20 inch long, so it's all short surfaces. I don't know.
Right.
I can't judge on a 55.
So I have one on my 55, and I noticed the change in the plant since I put that on there.
Okay.
So it's bright.
Yeah.
It went
Like
off at
it's
8 o'clock.
reaching down deeper into the.
Yeah,
Like
it
that.
reaches the bottom.
Yeah. I used Mingdak when I first started, that Mingdak, because it was actually the cheapest one I could find when I had that 15-gallon that used to sit behind me when I first started streaming. And I really loved that light. And then I bought the Higer, and I don't know what it is about that Higer, but it's not as bright, but I have the best results with the plants out of it. The Mingdak was a little brighter than the Higer, but that was a good one. And I've had an Aquaneat too. And it's hard to really, I think since they changed to LEDs, it's just changed the whole game for planted tanks. Like I could never
for
back in
sure.
the day. Yeah. Like you can put a little LED lamp, over your tank and it will grow plants.
You got these lights now that are all these LED lights that you can put different settings on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can adjust the par,
the reds and the blues and
right.
I forget there's a name, wavelength or whatever. That's not the word, but yeah.
Yeah. Now that's what I don't know about. I don't know about all the, the Kelvins and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I just know if it grows plants, I'm happy.
Yeah.
No, I read the reviews. That's what I have to
Yeah.
do. So.
And then, I've heard like, don't run the blue lights. The blue lights cause algae. I've heard different, something about everything. And I don't really know. I just know that I turn mine on and they have blue, white, and red lights in it. And then one of them it had blue, white, and green lights in it. And then I have another one that's just blue and white. So, but the ones that seem like that grow the best have the blue, white, and reds in it. I don't know. That's just me.
Right here. Just getting up a second.
The blue lights. If you ever get a glowfish tank, it has that blue light in it, and that's what pops their colors. Don't leave that on at night because you will get algae.
Yeah, I think it was Alex did a video once about it, and that was the question: is it beneficial to your fish to run that blue light? And he was kind of leaning on that. It wasn't necessarily that it was bad, but it could if I'm remembering this correctly, but it could, cause like a little unneeded stress on the fish to have a light on all the time. Just like us, I like lights out for at least a couple hours a night and go to
Right.
sleep, so I think fish enjoy that dark time too. But let's see, with the remote color lights. Oh yeah, Verily. Those are nice.
I think
But
that
this one,
Kelly Foreman
oh,
said that the blue light goes deeper than all the other shades
does
down
it?
into water. I think that's what she
Oh,
said, like in the ocean and whatever.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
penetrates the best.
The spectrum of it. Like this one,
Well,
it was starting to get algae. So I watched MD Fish Tanks, and he was like putting tape, like electrical tape, and taping up some of the lights on it. So I cut back on some of the lights. And this has got my plants from Kelly in there. That's the, oh no, forgot it. And it's my favorite plant. Not because, oh shoot.
Is it the
Bulbitis.
opposite one?
Bulbitis.
Bulbitis.
That is a cool plant. Oh my gosh. That's
I need
neat.
to
So
get
this
one of them.
Bulbitis, and it has anubias and a sword and some other stuff in there. And I'm starting to get a little bit of spring out. Just a little bit.
I know
But
who
I'll
I
cut.
need to get a hold of. I need to get a hold of Tom, TM Aquatics. We need to send him a
Mhm.
message. It was one of his Corey tanks. He had this plant in there, and I forget what it was. I'm trying to remember the name of it because I'm going to be setting up a 40 here before long, and I'd like to get that plant because it looks like it gets,
Big.
nice big.
I
Snake.
got some. Oh, look at the baby. I love him, Bob.
Baby woke up. That's my newest one. And she has
Oh.
to be held if she's awake. And I have
I
time.
remember
carry her
when
around.
Bob. I remember when you first got, from Sand Creek when he passed away, and you got Sandy, or was that
Sandy.
Yeah. And I remember you were like, I don't do snakes. At the time you were just kind of
I
like,
know.
I don't know about this. And now look at you.
They're so cool. I've got a bunch of different kinds of snakes. But yeah.
The only snake I've ever had is a Kenya sand boa, and I loved that snake. It was the coolest thing ever. I want to get
They
another
are.
one, and they don't get real big, but they stay up
No.
under
They're
sand. But it's
real popular in the hobby now. They've got all kinds of morphs and
oh
they're
really?
real popular. Yeah. Check out Snake Discovery, Mary Paige YouTube channel. If you
Okay.
like any kind of reptile, Snake Discovery. It's like 4 million followers, and they're awesome. It's a young married couple. And,
Oh, nice.
they're nowhere near, so no chance of getting any of their stuff. So they're way out in Minnesota. Hey, Billie Jean.
Oh,
You know,
sorry, I'm not seeing the chat. Hey, Billie Jean, BJ.
Chewy was just
Sorry
talking
about
about
this,
Chewy was
Oh,
talking
sorry.
about nocturnal fish, and I keep a night light in my fish room. I don't do like blue lights at night, but I think just a little bit of light, because there's always not always a moon, but a lot of times there's a moon.
Right.
And kind of like cats just need a little bit of light to see. And like cichlids will eat their eggs if it's like completely black because they can't protect them. So that's why I do like to keep like one night light on.
See, that makes sense. Like a little light in the room, in the actual room.
Yeah, it's not directly over top of it.
Yeah, I
Just
direct it like to the middle.
light.
It's a little spotlight one that you're supposed to direct at the floor so you don't trip over. But I direct it straight at the ceiling.
Oh.
And it just makes a little bit of light.
She's peeping out. She's warming up.
Look at her. Now, what kind of color is that?
It's
She's got like
supposed to be
stripes.
a pinstripe cinnamon, I think.
Oh,
That's
neat.
George and Mike have looked at her, and she's just a sweetie, is all I know. Skipper said we had 5 minutes, about 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
And so we'll wind it up here, and most of us usually head over to Danican Aquatics, so the links are there. So if you want to head over there, he'll be going live if he hadn't already. I hadn't seen him pop up. But
No, it's about 2 minutes.
Oh,
what? Two
Got about
minutes?
2 minutes.
Awesome.
Brian and Roxanne.
Ed's doing the walk like an Egyptian. Is that what they did that in that video?
No, that was earlier when I was doing the walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah. I like Dee Dee's version of it.
Yeah, I can drink better.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
that's the
Oh,
bat.
yeah,
That
I
was
like
the
Edie's
bat. The
version.
bat one.
Oh, yeah, the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Mary Paige, thank you so much for coming on. It was awesome having you on. And though we didn't drill down anything, one topic, we had a lot of fun and we learned a lot of stuff. And most of all, I hope that we were able to help you a little bit. That I didn't even know about, that you were trying to.
I just want to thank everybody for, I've been gifted so much, and it's like it's taking me time, but every little bit gets me a little bit farther. So someday I'm going to have, I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be a good channel that's going to help people, and I just got to get focused because I'm a little burnt. I mean, so, but I'm getting,
We all are. It ain't just you.
and I love you all for having me.
We all love you. Ed, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate you. I know how busy you are and that you always make time for the Tennessee Fish Mafia panel. So we really appreciate it. And I'm going to talk to you about some things about trying to help grow the Tennessee Fish Mafia. I know you're interested in that. Dee Dee, always a pleasure to have you on.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Enjoyed it.
All you contribute. Pam, she's looking like, what's he going to say?
I probably wore her head out. She's like,
sweet little thing. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing all the joy and sweetness and all that.
Yes,
I know I'm in for it now.
Yeah.
Skipper said that's some shit. Skipper, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hitman. And finally back to the queen of the FishFam. Thank you so much, Mary Paige. Much love.
I don't know about
Awesome.
that. I love y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
KFC.